Buddy. Okay, it's been a week or so since my last video, and I'm standing pat on the Bengals. Yes, pat as in Patriots. Win or lose today, I'm standing pat on the Bengals. The Bengals are going in as a 6 seed. I'll show you guys what I've found in in my next video. But Bengals are going in as a 6 seed, and I'm pretty sure they're doing what I said. So I'm gonna get a lot of laughing at me all year. Doesn't matter, because in the end, I'm pretty sure I know what happens. So let's go over a couple things. Well, number one, I really do not care about the NFC team. It could, maybe I was right at first, and it was the Vikings. I do not give a shit about the NFC team, sports guy. And the reason why I said was because it's their 133rd year. Um, Bill Parcells, Bill Parcells era started in '83, which is 33 years ago, and that has to do with Stranger Things. Takes place in '83. What else was there? Oh yeah, the Bengals play the Giants 83 days before the Super Bowl. Well, it very well could be the Vikings and Bengals, but that's a hard pick for me to make because I don't recall any teams ever playing in the preseason and the Super Bowl. Now, if y'all can pull that out and see if that's happened before, let me know. In the modern era, it's probably happened in the pre-modern Super Bowl or pre-modern era, AFL, NFL era, AFC, NFC, whichever. But yeah, I don't recall any teams playing in the preseason, but they did play on 8/12, Bengals and Vikings, which is a Thelema, however you pronounce that bullshit, holiday. And remember, Bengals lost 16-17. It's the 16-17 season. It could be the it could be the Vikings. I could be wrong on that one right there, man. Because Sam Bradford has the same gematria of Ides of March. And the Ides of March is a feast on the third, is the 15th day of the third month, 315, which is Cincinnati's area code backwards. And it's basically based on Julius Caesar, who was assassinated in 44 BC. How does that make sense? And I knew the Bengals was going to lose to Dallas last week because it was 44 days before the 53rd anniversary of JFK's assassination. Now today, I don't know. It could go either way. I know everybody's probably picking Pats, but it could go either way. The Bengals can start out because they've got gematria 33 and 24, but they've got multiple gematrias of 33. And they also were the 2016, though. And 10 plus 16, since today's 10/16 is 26. But also, if you add the numbers up, 10/16, that's just an 8. What am I talking about? 1, 7. Yeah, that's 17. 1, 7. I don't know. 10/26. But don't you find it odd that Donald Trump went to Cincinnati on 10/13, which is a 23, the number I've been telling you about? 115 days before the Super Bowl, and Marvin Lewis has a career record of 115 wins right now. And then Bill Clinton came, and that was 99 days before the inauguration, and Bill Clinton came to Cincinnati on the following day, which was 98 days, and the NFL season started on 9/8. And Marvin Lewis's birthday is 119 days before the inauguration. Marvin Lewis started the season out with 113 wins, and Bengals comeback equals 113 in gematria. Bengals Trump equals 49. Yeah, I think I'm fucking around with this 49 shit, but Paul Brown ended his career with Cleveland Browns with a 115 and 49 record. Think about it. And he's the one that's basically responsible for not only the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals, he's responsible for the 49ers dynasty. He's the one that coached Bill Walsh and let Bill Walsh go, supposedly. He didn't hire Bill Walsh and let Bill Walsh go to the 49ers. So I got a lot of information to share with y'all. And like I said, it goes back to Stranger Things. It took place, or that aired on 7/15. And when the Bengals started doing shitty, Boomer Esiason was number 7, and they drafted David Klingler. Well, what was he? Well, his first jersey number was what, 15? 7/15? He was picked in the first round, 6th pick, if I'm correct, from Houston, right? Is that right? You tell me. So the key number is 55, 32, and 23. There's 32 teams in the NFL. The mirror of that is 23. 32 plus 23 mirrored equals 55. That's 5 mirrored. That's why that's such a special number. And Marvin Lewis was born on 9/23, and 9 is, or 23 is the 9th prime number, and Marvin equals 32 in English reduction, and Lewis equals 23 in English reduction. And 32 and 23, Marvin Lewis equals 55. That's why the Bengals keep ending up 11-5 all these years. But 9/7 has significance with Cincinnati. That is Paul Brown's birthday. So, odd things happen in a leap year. I told you all before it happened about I told y'all about there was something about the Bengals and two hearts. Phil Collins' two hearts, and you had Sam Weiss with his his second heart, his two hearts transplant. I told you guys there was significance of the Bengals versus Miami game, and I told you guys about the Bengals and the Siberian Tiger and that 9-29 game against Miami. The Bengals wore the black and white Siberian Tiger, which is duality, Masonic duality, and the Miami Dolphins wore all orange. The entire uniform was orange except for their helmets. Same with the Bengals, they were black and white except for their helmets. And that was 113 days before the inauguration. And I told y'all that this is special. It's a leap year. And Andy Dalton threw for 366 yards in the very first game when there's 366 days in a leap year. So, I mean, you can laugh all you want. I know I'm going to get a lot of laughs until postseason, but look at the schedule. They can't flex the Bengals out of these games that they've got, these primetime games they got them for in the late season. They got them on Christmas Eve. They got them the week before against the Steelers. You can't flex both of them games out. They know something. They know the Bengals are in the playoff race, and I found the time loop. As far as check this out. Two of the first three games were Marvin Lewis's first season. He lost to two of the three teams that he lost to, or he didn't lose the third game this year. But he lost to, in his first season, in his first three games, he lost to the Broncos at home, and he lost to the Steelers in the first three games. And this year, in his 14th season, he lost to the Broncos and the Steelers. The only difference this time around was instead of the Oakland Raiders and losing 23-20 in 2003, this year they won against the Jets 23-22. And the Bengals did play the Patriots on this exact date in 1988 and did lose. So, like I said, if the win or lose, I'm still riding with the Bengals here because odd things happen in leap years, and you've seen teams with low records go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl recently. So, yeah. I never said the Bengals was going to set the league on fire. Remember, I said 11-5, which I was probably reaching on, but I was going with the 55. But every team has a pattern, and every team has a set of numbers that are, a pattern. And the Bengals' numbers are about to explode. And if I'm wrong this year, then it's next year. Because I'll let y'all know in my next video. If I'm wrong this year, which I do not think I'm wrong this year, but if I'm wrong this year, they're hitting next year. So, yeah. By the way, the Bengals start the very first season. Their record was 3-11, 3-11, and then they followed that up. The next season they were 4-9-1, and okay, I'll go over it right now. Next season, the first game starts 49 49 years and 1 day after the Bengals' very first game. So it's like a lottery number that's about to hit. So and yeah, Jeff Driscoll, he's part of the code, the key to all this. If you didn't notice last year, um, Andy Dalton's fake injury on 12-13, AJ McCarron took over. AJ McCarron has jersey number 5. Andy Dalton has 14. AJ McCarron was the quarterback in the Super Bowl, or not Super Bowl, the playoffs for the Bengals last year, where they were 4-13, and they went in and lost, and now they're 5-14, just like AJ McCarron and Andy Dalton's jersey number. So I'm telling you, it's about to hit, and like I said, the Bengals win 4 straight, 9-14, which Carson Palmer was 9 before Andy Dalton took over, 14. And 9 is, or the 23rd prime number is 9. So, or the ninth prime number is 23. My bad. But y'all get it soon. It'll all make sense. Later.